What is going on, trucking YouTubes? Looks like trucking is getting a lot better the last like 4 or 5 weeks. I know we had a super busy week this week. I hope you guys did as well. So I want to jump into this really quick. I got to make a short video because I'm still working. Like I said, we're trying to finish the week off so we don't have to come to work tomorrow. But like I said, it's been really good for us this week. Hopefully it keeps going and going and going into the fourth quarter. And hopefully the fourth quarter is super good for all of us. So let's jump into the dry vans, the flatbeds, and the reefers and see how the markets were looking for the past week. I want to jump in with the dry vans first to start. We're kind of going to take a look at the whole map here. As you can see, the darker the area, the better it's supposed to be. But just because the area is dark red does not mean necessarily hot. You have to take a look at this right here, like the load to truck ratios and the MCI searches. And there's a big gap between these two numbers, and you're going to know if the area is decent or not. So let's start off with California. Los Angeles market looking pretty good, man. You know, there's at least a lot of loads, a lot of trucks, but there's a lot of loads as well. I mean, you see the load to truck ratio is 10.8 loads to every single truck, which is not 100% accurate. But even with the MCI searches, you see, like, you know, I mean, at least 1 to 2 ratio. So that's pretty good. It's to your advantage. So if you're in Los Angeles, you do have the negotiating power over the brokers. And then Ontario market is looking really good as well, too. Not as good as LA, but Ontario is still looking good. So if you're there, you're in decent shape. We got the Phoenix market. The numbers are good, but I just don't trust Phoenix that much, to be honest with you. But worst comes to worst, take a short run, head over to Los Angeles. You should be fine. Central California for the dry vans. It's showing like, you know, medium red, but I wouldn't be too excited about it. Northern California, nothing special. This right here is a good example of just because the area is dark red does not mean it's good. I would not trust being in Northern Nevada whatsoever. Let's move on to Texas. Laredo market, looking pretty good. You see the MCI searches are different than the load to truck ratios. You want to look at more of this, because this is the average for the past 8 days. But overall, you know, I'm sure there's some decent lows in Laredo market. Houston market, still doing really good. Dallas market, very decent. Fort Worth, a little bit worse. Louisiana, New Orleans market, looking pretty good. Shreveport market, very decent as well. Arkansas has been doing super good for some reason. I don't know what's going on over there for the dry vans, but it's been really good. Memphis looks super decent. That's one of those areas where, you know, usually you should get some good loads. That's usually an area that's hotter most days than it isn't. Atlanta kind of fell down a little bit. These numbers you see, I mean, actually, no, it looks pretty good. I don't know why the load to truck ratio is only 4.9. You got average loads for the past 8 days, 33,000, 7,000 trucks. I mean, even though it's not 100%, that's a pretty good ratio. I would still trust Atlanta for sure. Charlotte doing, you know, fairly decent. I wouldn't be upset about being in Charlotte. Obviously, Chicago is saturated. Wisconsin picking up a little bit. Milwaukee picking up a lot more than it was. So that area is looking pretty decent now, but I still wouldn't trust it 100%. But at least there's loads there, right? I know Wisconsin used to be hot all the time. Indianapolis market doing pretty decent as well. You guys can look at these numbers here. I don't want to take, you know, forever. I got to get back to work, but like as I'm clicking the market, just look up here. You know, the better the distance between these two numbers, the better it is for you to get loads. Ohio has been absolutely doing really good for drive-ins as well. This is the Columbus market. We're gonna look at the Cleveland market. Both decent. I wouldn't be upset to be there. Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey have been absolutely killing it for some reason. So that's good too. So if you're in that area, I mean, obviously it's a backhaul state, but even though if it's hot, they're gonna pay you, you know, $2+ a mile depending what area you're going to. So you should find some decent loads out of there if you're up there. Upstate New York, pretty much non-existent. Same thing with the island. You know, Connecticut, nothing to get excited about. So I mean, overall, I think we went over all the hottest areas. Everything else, as you can see, is not too exciting. So this was the dry vans. Let's jump into the flatbeds. Here are the flatbeds prior 8 business days averages. As you can see by the map, absolutely hot. I mean, look how many dark red areas there is for the flatbeds. I mean, we could go over them. I wouldn't be too excited about being on the West Coast, but I mean, we can still take a look at it. You see, like, I mean, the load to truck ratio, you know, obviously that's not 100%, but if you're LA, you should still get a good load for your flatbed. Ontario, still, you know, lows, but nothing too crazy. Central California is right. I wouldn't trust it. Sacramento too, just not enough loads, not enough trucks. I don't trust it. Oregon, I definitely don't trust. Seattle, all over here is showing. You see, but these numbers right here are just not too exciting. Like I wouldn't trust it. So far, I think LA is, you know, probably the best market in the West Coast. Phoenix area shows dark red as well. I definitely wouldn't trust it. All these areas too would not trust this. Oklahoma's been doing pretty good, but still over the last 8 days, you know what I mean? Average loads per day, 2,700, 1,096 trucks. I mean, you can still probably get a load, just don't know how good it's gonna pay. Dallas is looking good. Fort Worth, it's okay. Houston has been smoking for some reason. Northern Louisiana, Shreveport as well. New Orleans, nothing too crazy I get excited about. Arkansas has absolutely been on fire for flatbeds and for dry vans, which is absolutely nuts. Mississippi looking really good too. Memphis looking halfway decent. Alabama, I think Alabama cooled down towards the beginning of this week. I just been so super busy. I haven't been able to do my Tic Tac lives or check the markets that much. So I'm kind of just doing like a last 8-day average, so you guys can kind of see what areas are good for you. Montgomery looking pretty good too. Mobile, Alabama looking pretty good. Huntsville pretty good. Atlanta decent. Florida I just wouldn't trust. And Charlotte, you know, not as hot as other markets in South Carolina. Once you get in here, Savannah's been hot for flatbeds too a little bit. So once you get into the Midwest, Ohio's just one of those states, you know, you can get good money to go into there. So even if you got to take a little bit less, get back down south with your flatbed. Ohio's not a bad state to be in. Cleveland's looking like it's picking up a little bit. Nothing to get too excited about. Pittsburgh area, you know, nothing too crazy. Obviously, the rest of here, I wouldn't trust it. Michigan, not looking too good. Chicago's just super saturated as always with every equipment. And then this threat area up here, I definitely wouldn't trust for the life of me. And Wisconsin looks like nothing special. So this was the flatbed market update. Let's get into the reefers and see how they were doing. Here's the reefers. Here's take a look at the reefer map so you can kind of see the whole thing. Again, just because it's a red area does not mean you have to trust it. This is, like I said a couple of times, the last 8 business days average. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of got to rush through this to finish up. I don't really got much time to making videos today. But Washington, I wouldn't trust it with anything. But you see like these numbers, nothing crazy. I wouldn't get excited about it. Northern Cali, not too exciting. Central California doesn't look too good with the numbers, but there's produce, so you'll probably definitely get something. Los Angeles, you know, you got negotiating power here. Ontario looks okay. I mean, Salt Lake, I mean, I don't dispatch reefers, but I wouldn't trust it. Denver would not trust. Dallas looks pretty decent. Fort Worth, wouldn't get too excited about it. McAllen, wouldn't get too excited about it. Laredo, I mean, looks okay, but you know, not as big numbers I would like out of that area. Arkansas for Reefer is not as good as for the flatbeds and for the dry vans, but as you can see, like nothing to get excited about with these numbers right here. Just not a big enough gap. Atlanta looks pretty decent. A lot of loads, decent amount of trucks, but also a lot of loads. Indianapolis looks decent. I wouldn't get too mad about being there. Omaha, just don't trust it. Not enough loads, not enough trucks. South Dakota, like Minneapolis area, Sioux Falls, definitely would not trust that. Northern Wisconsin looks like it's picking up a little bit, but like as you can see again right here by the numbers, nothing too crazy. Western Michigan, nothing too crazy. Ohio looks okay, a lot of loads, decent amount of trucks. Northern Jersey looks okay. PA looks okay. Upstate, all that other stuff I wouldn't trust. Florida looks no good either. So that's your update for the reefers. So hopefully you guys can just take a look. Like I said, just because the area is red does not mean it's necessarily hot. That's why you got to click into there, see what the averages are, current day, yesterday's, and past 8 days. Because going 30 days is kind of too much. You won't really know what's going on. But if you're just looking at the recent averages, at least that's going to give you a better idea if you're going to go into the market, if you stand to, if you're in a better position to negotiate or not. But this was the update for the reefers. Again, super sorry for the rush video. It's a lot of work this week. I'm trying to finish up, like I said, today, so we don't got to work this weekend. Hopefully this information helps you guys. Hopefully you guys had a last good 4 or 5 weeks. I know, like I said, for us, it's been getting better every single week. And right now, I can't complain. I wish the rates were a little bit higher. But the volume for us, at least for the lanes we do, is there. So I'm grateful for that. So, just good luck out there. Please make sure to check your markets. Put yourself in good markets to make the most amount of money. And I'll see you guys in the next video.